that chapter, David versus Goliath. You talk about the actual campaign. It's one of the most fascinating parts of the book. There's a lot of them, but this is one of my favorites.
In 2018, I was hitting 55 years of age. I had 32 years on the job already. I already had bought back all my military time, academy time. So I was basically sitting on almost 35 years of service, 90% retirement. And I tried 3 times under Sheriff McDonald. Hey, I'd like to interview for this job. And I picked jobs that I knew I'd be very competitive in based on my background and my education. And all 3 times they told me basically, pound sand, who are you? I could not even interview for a job.
And by the way, Sheriff, it wasn't just under Jim McDonald. It was under the previous sheriff and
Yeah.
previous sheriff, right? In other
Yeah,
words,
pretty
if you
much.
try to interview, this is kind of a crescendo for you. It's like, okay, I've had it. It's not just the particular person that is really trying to keep me in line or keep me out of that elite, captain and above and things like this. This is a culture in the department. Is that fair to
Yes.
say?
That is
Okay.
exactly what it is. It was a culture of cronyism, nepotism, tokenism, so to speak. And this was true during Baca's time. Under Block's administration, I was too young. I really
Right.
wasn't aware of the inner workings that well. I knew there was some shady things, but more or less the people that got up in the ranks were older people with a lot more experience. So I really didn't question it too much. It's when Baca came along and then he elevated Paul Tanaka. That's when the culture of the organization really became toxic. And it was you're in the car or you're not.
Right.
And when McDonald was in office, I thought, okay, good. They're going to wipe the slate clean. They're going to start doing things the right way. But then 1, 2, 3 strikes. And it confirmed to me that the game was still alive and well. The player changed, but it was still the same game. So I had this long discussion with my wife as I was, I am retiring in February of 18. You know what? They can't block me from only one job on the department, and it's his job. There's nothing they can do if I run against him. So in 2017, while I was still working, I announced my candidacy in June of 2017. And I got the predictable, who does he think he is? He doesn't stand a chance, blah, blah, blah. The LA Times was laughing. Every time they talked about me, they talked about, it's impossible to defeat the incumbent, blah, blah, blah. But we just kept trucking on. And I retired February of 18, went campaigning full time, just as everybody kept saying, you can't do it, you can't do it. We out hustled everybody and we understood there was a pathway. We captured lightning in a bottle and we ended up unseating the incumbent.